السلام ورحمة الله. Good morning.
Warmly welcome to all of you.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
Warmly welcome to all of you for day 3 with another element, managing risk, understanding people and processes. For the last 2 days, we have discussed so far why we should manage workplace health and safety, and we shared our experience to each other, and also we understood some of the theories from NEBOSH UK, And yesterday we were talking about how health and safety management systems work and what they look like, who is responsible for what is the value of safety policy, and several things we shared yesterday. And today, the most important topic, I would say, the managing risk, especially understanding people and processes. Same like other elements, we have a few objectives to learn, kind of learning objectives. First of all, we truly have to understand what is the concept of health and safety culture, how we can define it, and most importantly, how that culture influence our performances, at each level of our business functions actually. The second objective is all about how health and safety culture at work can be improved, because I hope you remember the biggest room in the world is the room for further improvement. So we always try hard to improve day by day, and that is the real purpose of any of the management system to support us, especially the safety culture. Now summarize the human factors. No doubt, human is the first line of defense in normal operations and the last line of defense in non-normal operations, but still human factors are critically important, because any human error or kind of mistake or their negative or positive behavior, of course, have positive or negative effects on our business actually, especially on health and safety system as well. Now explain the principles of the risk assessment process, how we have to conduct the risk assessment, and what is the formula of risk, how we evaluate, and most importantly, what kind of control measures are either existing controls or might be required some additional controls. So we'll discuss in detail all the principles of risk assessment, and also the typical workplace changes that can have significant health and safety impacts and ways to minimize those impacts. Because sometimes we bring a lot of change, even though there is a procedure we call MOC, the management of change, but still how that change can have positive or negative impacts. Now describe what to consider when developing and implementing a safe system of work, especially for general activities, the safe system of work. And another most important topic, we are going to learn the permit to work system, one of the most important one, especially to control our activities in restricted areas or the danger zones, so where or on the other side, the prohibited areas. Let's take an example of confined spaces. Any activity within that area or within confined space, any confined space, of course, we require a comprehensive permit to work system. And then another objective is to discuss typically the emergency procedures. Even yesterday we had some discussion how we're going to respond to different emergencies, but today our topic would be like emergency procedures, including training and testing, and how to decide what level of first aid is needed in the workplace. So a little bit kind of information we're going to share about first aiders and their role, how they have to respond in case of emergencies. So 3.1, the topic is all about health and safety culture. Before we discuss anything about NEBOSH theories, how would you define a health and safety culture as per your experience, as per your understanding? What is safety culture? What is a health and safety culture? like your company, Sadara, mashallah, you are leading by example. You're a best example for this health and safety culture. But how would you define it actually? How are you going to claim, yes, we have the best health and safety culture? What things you have implemented and how you observe the behavior of your employees and made them positively influencer for your business processes or operations, you know? How would you define your health and safety culture? Any one of you, please. Whatever is coming in your mind, just share. It's kind of an open discussion. What is health and safety culture? Yes, Mr.
Assalamu
Fawaz.
alaikum.
Walaikum
Yes.
assalam.
You know, the safety culture, you know, to start from from employee, you know, and we trained and we get experience, you know, safety is for everyone. So
It's
from
for
everyone, you know, it's taking responsibility and feel the responsibility of doing his work and acting as safely. Okay, so that's why to avoid any injured or incident or accident or unsafe behavior, and you know, while doing training also for our employee, you know, like Sadara, colleague, you know, operation and maintenance, also for a contractor, you know, when they come to the site, we give them a guest house, we give them training, we also be with them to share with them our experience and our culture, you know, and so they will take also the responsibility seriously, and they will follow our culture in Sadar.
excellent. Excellent.
This is my side. Thank you.
Great, mashallah. Great, mashallah. So it's a mindset. It's a mindset to tackle in actually, and to make them fully.
As mentioned Fawaz for this, and also the people who working in the plant, they use the right tools, which tools need to do it, and also inspected, and also another thing, the data, for example, the near misses, injury, incident. That means zero incident, zero injury. This could be the safety culture. That means the people they working in our area safely without any injury or without any incident.
Excellent, mashallah. So employees' responsible or positive behaviors is equal to the better safety culture or the positive safety culture. So it's entirely it depends on you know, the behavior of each individual. Either we have 5,000 employees or we have 50 employees. Everyone have to play that role, and no doubt the company leadership, their commitment, the way they are giving all the resources and sort of trainings, or even to providing the safe working environment, and then changing the behavior by implementing, we call it BBS, behavior based safety management, you know, system in place. And we, the safety leaders, to be very honest, we are kind of a backbone to create that safety culture. The reason is we'll be leading from front. We'll be guiding people why safety culture is important for our business, to get more projects, to get more revenue, and then of course trickle down effect will be more beneficial on the other side. But still the companies are suffering. Still companies are suffering because they have negative behaviors, and no doubt there are positive behaviors also. But if majority of your employees have positive behavior, still they would be a great source to create a safety culture. So as a safety leader, it is depends on us also how emotionally we are intelligent to convince people to follow safety regulations, how much you know, as a role model we are having some effective safety leadership trainings, and of course transforming this kind of skill set on board within our companies. And on the other side, it's a clear cut communication system, you know, from top to bottom, how we are communicating, and different kind of communication system could be verbal, could be like, you know, our body language even. And on the other side, there could be written communication also, internal communication and external communication, how we communicate actually. That would also be a great source of creating a safety culture. On the other side, it depends on the company's financial strengths also. If a company is financially sound and now their focus is to maintain the brand goodwill or enhance or improve that brand goodwill in the market, their focus would be now to create a better health and safety culture. And yes, the indicators are quite clear. If you have zero injuries or zero accidents or near misses, or that means all your employees are the safety managers of their own area. So they self-realized, they accepted the ownership, they love to follow willingly the safety regulations, their behaviors. You don't need to go again and again to guide them. They are self-responsive, accepting the self-responsibility and shape of safety procedures or whatever regulations we implemented in each area. So a culture where we don't need to put a lot of energies just to bring some further changes, because the employees are totally supporting us. Every employee, janitor to general manager, they are surely trying their level best not to give even a single point and violating the safety regulations. Even the support to the company by controlling the visitors. If any person came inside and in one of the company, let me give you my example. As a safety auditor, I got entered. Nobody asked me even a security point. Who am I? Why I came inside? What is the purpose of that? Then I went to the reception. So I just told, I want to go to safety department. Okay, that is on the right side. That's it. Nobody came from the other side to, because that is a clear indicator that you guys have not a very much positive culture inside. Otherwise, controlling visitors is one of the, because of suicidal attempts and because of bomb threats and plenty of other terrorism threats are there. So how come a company, including their security staff and the rest of the receptionist even, if they're not playing a kind of a good role to call someone and then accommodate a visitor and take care of himself, not to let him go anywhere without your without guide and without your permissions even. So sometimes small indicators can highlight the behavior. If your president is visiting your company sites and if he is wearing PPs and following all the safety rules, that is enough. That is enough to share that you have a solid safety culture, because your top management is really responsible and ethically sound, and they love to follow safety regulations and they have great respect for safety systems to following. And that is another great support for us, for the safety leaders actually. On the other side, if employees' behavior, you note down, they're wearing PPs, they are keeping housekeeping, maintaining by themselves, and they love their machines and make sure they're neat and clean and no spillage is there. If any problem is there, they are reporting to the supervisor or even to the maintenance department. So interdepartmental coordination and communication, just to support each other and maintaining that culture, which will definitely promoting their business and getting more projects. So it's kind of a realization, janitor to general manager, everyone have to play a role. A lot of indicators are there which can highlight either you have a positive safety culture or you have a, God forbid, negative safety culture. So let's discuss now what NEBOSH is talking about. The safety culture of an organization is the shared attitude, values, beliefs, and behaviors relating to health and safety. I repeat again, the safety culture of an organization is the shared attitude, values, beliefs, and behaviors relating to health and safety. It would be, it can be, it will be negative or positive. That would be considered the safety culture. Now, what are the positive or negative points of any sort of culture? Like positive culture, people think that safety is important. So they realize safety is important for themselves, for their family, for the company goodwill. And of course, it's a human ethical responsibility also. So safety is considered in all management decision making. Every meeting you are doing, you don't ignore safety regulations for that particular process or task or machine or whatever topic you are discussing. You are incorporating and bringing safety inside and sharing anything relevant to safety we need to consider for that particular activity or process or even material, or you are going to buy some machines, whatever. There is no activity, no department, no nook and corner of any company you're going to say it doesn't relevant to the safety. Everything is relevant to safety. You just tell me the activity and I will tell you how you can play your role as a safety leader, even for that particular activity. But it depends on us. It depends on the management, how much they want to go deeper to create that positive culture. It is entirely a teamwork, not a one-man show. People work safely because they want to, not because they are told to. Safety is the behavior of your employees in your absence, not in your presence. I repeat again, the behavior of your employees in your absence, the moment you are sitting in office and you are not watching them, that is the true behavior. That could highlight either the culture is negative or positive. In your presence, they can act, they have a kind of acting behaviors. They'll follow maybe for 5-10 minutes the safety regulations because you are present on site. But the moment you went back, then that is the real culture. Either they are falling still or just your influence was there. It is same like that. Your brand is the brand people are discussing on back of you, not in presence of you. Your professional brand is the brand people are discussing in absence of you, not in presence of you. So our personal branding is also, can be measured in that context. So same way the safety culture, the behavior of our employees in absence of top management, in absence of managers, how they are behaving. Like if a janitor is like mopping a floor and without watching him, without having some monitoring or giving instructions, he is by himself isolating the area or quarantine that area and putting boards and that's a wet floor and keeping people safe. We can consider it's a great indicator for a positive culture. But if you are present and he's following the same thing, of course, that is still good thing, but might be he'll be following only in presence of you. So whenever you really want to see the real picture of your culture, watch in absence of you. Evaluate the moment you are not available, what was the behavior? Create a kind of communication channel where you can watch people. Maybe CCTVs are available. Maybe you can get someone, inside those employees who will be just reporting to you and nobody knows that he is reporting to you. So you create a kind of reporting structure, to get the real picture about your employees' behavior. Now, people work safely. That is a very much important point. People work safely because they want to, not because they are told to. That every time you are telling, oh, where is your helmet? Every time, same person, same process. And every day you are going, where is your helmet? I told you yesterday, still you're not wearing. So, clear indicator of negative culture, not positive. Now, all workers are positively influenced by this peer thinking and behavior. So you try, everyone, not you, everyone in the company try to be a role model actually. My department must be the role model. So everybody can watch and learn and and appreciate us that we are following and creating a better culture within our department. Even we as a safety leader, whenever we want to implement the safety system, we try to make one department or maybe one process or maybe one area, and we apply all the regulations and we make that area like a role model, and like we benchmark that area, that this is the best example. So please everyone have to follow. So we start copy pasting the same model everywhere. Like this is how the fire extinguisher should be there. This is how the first aid box must be placed in. This is how the exit routes must be placed in. That is how the machine area must be defined. The person standing, the complete layout, and also you implement several kind of procedures and SOPs for that particular department and processes. So it's kind of a collective effort. I repeat again, it's not a one-man show. It's a teamwork that the whole, the all employees have one simple direction, that they will not compromise on three words. I repeat again, the company, every employee realized that we are not going to compromise on three things: safety, quality, and credibility. Safety, quality, and credibility. And that is the responsibility of everyone. Like safe, that is why it is clearly mentioned as per ILO, OSH 2001, or as per ILO Convention 155, and even recommendation 164. It's clearly defined. Every worker, all employees are responsible for their safety actually. So each individual have to behave in a way that should highlight that safety is their responsibility. Same with the quality. Quality does not mean only relevant to the products. Quality means quality in everything. You try to put in quality, even though 100% is Allah, but still you try to create some quality kind of picture of your each activity, not only relevant to the product processes. That means whatever you are performing, you are working as a safety leader, you are working as a welder, you try to create kind of a quality culture also, that I'm following quality standards by myself. Nobody is enforcing me every day. So that would be another great indicator for a better culture. Same way, all employees, janitor to general manager, everybody understand the goodwill of my company is very much important to maintain actually, or to improve further even. So no compromise. All global brands in the world, including Sadara, mashallah, you can go back and check your business VN, and you will find these three words for sure. That we have zero tolerance policy for safety, quality, and credibility of Sadara brand. And in line with your business vision, you try different things, and you develop different safety management systems or quality management systems, or several, and you try hard to maintain that quality structure, so to keep your all stakeholders satisfied and happy by while working with Sadara actually, especially to your customers here. Now, what are the indicators for negative culture? Lots of people think safety is of low priority. Lot of people, oh, they are the time waster, that's nothing, is we are losing time, we have to finish the job, and they're talking about safety, that kind of. So they believe it's very low priority. I mean, even if a broken step is there on the ladder, still they believe we can use it. Why the safety officer is always coming, and who will buy a new ladder for us immediately? So we have to finish the job. So they would love to go for shortcut because safety is in their low priority. So acceptance is the biggest issue here. Now, safety is not considered in decision making at any level. You have several meetings, but safety is not in your agenda. You can go back and check all the meetings, different meetings of Sadara for several issues of your business or several plans of your business. Just see either safety is in the agenda. If it is in the agenda in all meetings, trust me, you are an ideal brand in the world, mashallah. But if you believe only safety is being discussed through the safety department, whenever they believe there is a safety meeting, only that is the time the safety is being considered. Rest of the time, like in procurement, they are going to buy machines. They created a purchase order, but no consultation with quality or safety department. It's a huge gap. They are buying, let's take an example, an office chair or even an office table, and you are responsible for better platform to set in the office environment, and it's a kind of ergonomic requirements also to make sure the height of the table, the quality of the table, the chairs is adjustable, and it is as per the international standards. So what I mean is, whatever they are buying, a chemical, a machine, or even the office furniture, whatever they are purchasing, that consultation about that material should be validated through quality and safety department. They should put a stamp, yes, all specs are okay, you can go ahead, even the brand is okay, UN listed, FM approved, CE mark, all criteria you are more familiar than your procurement manager. I repeat again, the knowledge about safety specs is with you. Don't expect that procurement manager or all others, they'll be so much familiar. No way. That is why the ideal system is, whatever the company is going to buy must be verified, consultation must be done with safety and quality department, because they know really well when we are going to buy anything, how we have to meet safety and quality requirements actually. And those should be inbuilt within that machine or process kind of equipment. Now, people will only work safely if they are told to, and think that they will be caught and punished if they don't. So if our employees are only following safety because they'll not be punished actually, because they have scary behavior for the punishments, the warning systems, still it's a negative culture. Here, just for your deep understanding, I would share a strategy like a pull and push. We teach this tool actually the moment we have any lean management system consulting project or something like that. But this push policy, it takes more force actually. The more you put pressure and force, the more resistance you will start facing hiddenly. Employees will not be doing visibly anything, but hiddenly you will start facing resistance actually, and it's kind of a human nature. The more you will depress them, the more punishment you will give them. A time will come, they will say, damn care, whatever type of punishment is there. So what is the best strategy? The pull policy. You convince, you have one-to-one counseling, you try to be a psychiatrist and find out how many positive minds you have, how many negative minds you have. Target those negative minds and have one-to-one counseling and convince them and understand why they don't love to follow safety regulations. What is the issue with them? Some employees, they don't follow safety. Oh, our salary is insufficient. We are not happy with our salary. Why should we follow so many rules and regulations? In one of my training sessions, because we deliver several training sessions for Aramco, like rigor level 1, 2, 3, or even WPR and several others. So in one of the sessions, the rigor level 1, 3 guys I noted, they are not listening me at all. And I just, because we have to think positively. So I realized maybe company put them under pressure and sent them for this training, but they are not willing to. Then during the tea break, I asked all 3 guys all together, is there any problem? You're not interested in the training? So they mentioned company will not increase our salary. So why should we get approval as a rigor level 1 from Saudi Aramco? Because company is paying us like 1800 real or 2000 real. So why we should go for rigor level 1 approvals? And while company will not give us more salary, but on the other side, they'll be earning a lot of money. So this is kind of the behavior you are going to deal with. This is kind of the mindset to understand the underlying root causes of that negative behavior, instead of putting punishing system or kind of warning system, to be imposed on their minds. And then I motivated them. I told, look, you just pass this exam and then sit on the table straightforwardly and tell, look, I'm going to add more value to your business. Is there any possibility if you can increase my package? If they increase, well and good. Otherwise, plan your future after 2 years or 3 years in another company. There are millions of companies. So, but don't lose this opportunity. I mean, it's a good opportunity. You'll be certified, you will be trained, inshallah, and you can secure your future anytime. It's not the only company you're working in. And then they just for few minutes motivation, all negative minds became positive. So what I applied, not the punishing system, I applied the full strategy, just convincing them that this training is important for them. And again, it's a human nature. Until we will not tell the benefits of safety to our employees, to our top leadership, they will not support us. So we have to prepare a list of benefits of safety system and then make them realize, even though it's not easy. Sometimes I say you have to consider an employee's mindset like a stone, and then you are putting one drop every day, and with that hope a day will come, the hole will be there. So minds are difficult. Dealing with 10,000 machines is more easier comparing to dealing with 1,000 different brains. Everyone is different. Even my son is different than me, actually. So we are a unique brand within ourselves, actually. So according to our nature, that is why I mentioned, we have to be psychiatrists. As a safety leader, we have to be emotionally intelligent psychiatrists. We must have a strong decision making powers according to the requirements, and most importantly, we must have some effective safety leadership skills also, supervisory skills, several soft business skills we require, even stress management. Imagine if nobody is giving value to safety and you are the safety manager, how much stress you will be bearing in your mind. So on the other side, you don't have any training for stress management, decision making, training for decision making. Maybe you are facing some issues in time management. Maybe our employees are facing issues with time management, and nobody trained them how to manage your time more effectively. So several reasons you can find out the moment positively you'll interrogate, inshallah. So all factors you'll find, and then target them one by one. Target them one by one. Don't try to bring change overnight. Culture, like Saudi Arabia, take an example of our country, Saudi Arabia, mashallah. They have 2030 vision. Do you think they will change the culture within 5 months or 1 year? Why they created 2030 vision? Because they know now it's a cultural transformation. So it requires more years, actually. That is why they created 2030 vision. And if you study the full details of 2030 vision, then you'll fully realize how productive that plan is, actually, and how they have formed and considered everything, including the culture. How are we going to ensure the adaptability for the new culture, that the people should be ready to accept for the go for the changes they are bringing in the culture. So culture sometimes requires to change, maybe 3 years, maybe 5 years. It's a long journey. So never try to change overnight, I'm telling you. Otherwise, again, drastic output would be there. Not drastic, even destructive, actually. All workers are negatively influenced by this peer thinking and behavior. Oh, he is not following safety, why should I? Oh, safety manager doesn't care about safety rules, why should I? Our general manager is not wearing PPs, why should I? So we influenced by the behavior of others. And that is another indicator of the negative culture. So I hope it will give you some combination for understanding how you can define the positive culture or kind of negative culture. Now, indicators used to assess culture, like Mr. Fawaz also mentioned, we can verify the accident record, like the standard of investigation, how we are investigating and putting corrective preventive actions to avoid reoccurrence. One-time accident still is a source of learning, still is an opportunity for further improvement. But repetition of same accident or incident over and over is kind of a disaster. I mean, we can assess, oh, the company have poor culture. No, sickness rate, if more employees are sick, absenteeism is going up, that is another indicators for safety culture. Staff turnover and compliance with safety rules. Worker complaints about conditions. Every time workers are coming, oh, our area is in danger, the PPs are not provided, the area is not clean, it is not found well, it is not constructed in a good way, whatever. So they always complain about the conditions. Now, influence of peers. Put people together in groups. Put people together in groups. Like, make sure you have, that is the reason we have safety committee, we have first aid team separate, emergency response team, and we have several other teams just to, firefighting team separately. The reason is, they will definitely influence as a group that they are responsible for a particular area. So every group would try hard to play a role just to influence others also. Like, and it also create like kind of interaction, and also influence is exerted a variety of forms, like known as pecking order, and norms of behavior are established, because as a group, if you are behaving good, you are behaving safely, so there would be definitely the positive influence on others. Peer group pressure is exerted, and also good indicator of health and safety culture. Peer group pressures can be harnessed to encourage good safety related behaviors. So that was